been here before, the leadership. Where is that sort of day-to-day impact of those guys who have been here since 2011, who have gone through all this, and sort of who have stayed together, both sort of on the day-to-day level and also for you, Don, in terms of what you're able to do in creating this team?
Well, from my end, the value of theirs is being selfish with your time, how to prepare, urgency in practice, routine, how important it is to get your rest away from the rink. Even though you're younger guy, you might look ahead. I've got 10 days, I can start getting ready in 4 days. And I think that veteran guys have done a good job trying to get the guys squared away every day with what's important. That's where the value is there.
I think for me, having the ability to tap into that resource, I'm not in the locker room, but to have the pulse of that room, coming from guys that you trust, that are always putting the team in front of themselves as individuals, I think goes a long way, and it sets the standard for what we try to accomplish organizationally, on or off the ice, whether that's community service, whether that's their own pride in their own game, and how they go about their day-to-day activities. To me, it bleeds into what we're trying to do as an organization, and it's invaluable.
Right side, second row.
Don, for you, for the job that Bruce has done, kind of getting this team to build to play at its best at this time of year.
Well, obviously, Bruce and I have a long history, and we've worked a long time together. Him having the opportunity to do it at the National Hockey League level really is just a testament to what he has done as a person, as a coach. I believed in it. I knew that his ability to adapt and make decisions in game would be really beneficial for us as an organization, especially when you're implementing younger players. Knowing the leadership core would allow him to probably turn the room over, not have to micromanage, that you do, I think, at the AHL level, on days that you don't even know what your lineup's going to be. Really dedicated to, continuing to move the game forward, holding players accountable, as you mentioned before, whether that's in the moment on the bench where there's color involved and such, but also going to bat the next morning in a teaching capacity and recognizing that the same player will have the opportunity, if he's able to adapt and do the things and implement the things he's trying to do. So the challenging component to it, the teaching component to it, the motivating aspect of it, the humility part of understanding when your team has made mistakes, you make adjustments, and you take responsibility for those as a coach. It's been an evolution of him, as a coach overall, his experiences. He's been at the NHL level, he's worked his way back up the NHL level, he's having success for those reasons. He's a smart guy. He sees the game offensively, but respects the game defensively.
Right side, third row.
Bruce, looking back to your time with the Capitals, your first head coaching gig, I know it was a while ago, but where did you kind of take from that experience? And, how do you feel like maybe that made you better in this one?
Well, it was a while ago. Communicating with players, I was a younger guy, really no NHL acumen. I played a few games up in Chicago here and there, so that was a learning experience for me, how that world works. This time I was a lot better prepared for it, being around Boston, even though I'm in Providence, you're around the Black Aces, you're a little bit older, better balance in my life overall. Makes you a little more patient with players as well. But I think it's just the aging process. You learn in 15 years. If you want to get back, you got to do things differently. Take what you did well, learn what you didn't do well. For me, part of that was how I communicated my message. I believe I've learned to be better with it. Players are more receptive to it now than they were then, so shame on me, but that's the way it goes. Here we are, and hopefully continue on. I'm sure we'll again next year, the year after that, and the year after that. It's just the way it goes in this business. So that's probably the biggest thing. Much more comfortable in my own skin is the term I use, both personally and in career-wise, and I think it's made a difference.
We'll do two more questions. Right side, third row, Tom.
Right here. Following up on that a little bit, did you want? We've seen some coaches like yourself and Craig Ruby benefit from getting second chances. It took you a while to get it. Did you wonder if the second chance would ever come for you?
Yes and no. You want that chance. keep working at it. If it didn't come, I'd be helping kids develop in America League. I enjoyed that process. I was around young guys. I was a young player. I was trying to fight my way up, so I think I related well to those guys. At the end of the day, the chance came, and I wanted to make sure that I took advantage of it. I think I was ready for it when it happened, and off we went. So, but like I said, it wasn't something that was going to consume me every day. We're fortunate to get a chance. And you said it, there's a lot of guys. You go right down the list that have, Joel's won 3 cups, and you got a second, third chance, Claude here. So it happens a lot. Usually you learn from your first experience. It's a tough business. It's a results-oriented business, and if you're not hitting the ground running ready that first time, you'll learn some things. So the next time you are completely prepared for all the elements, and I think that's what happened with me. Probably happened to a lot of guys in this league, Craig. Go right on down the line.
Last question up front.
Mike Petrali, CLNS Media here in Boston. Bruce, Don was talking about the relationship you guys have, and I'm curious from your perspective what it means to have his trust to the degree that you have, and what it means to use that trust to develop the team's character to get to this stage.
Well, trust is important. We talked about a player-coach relationship, coach GM, right on down the line. So for me and Donnie, we've been at this for at least 10 years now. I think we have talked enough hockey over that time to see the game evolving the same way. No one's ever completely going to share the exact same opinion, so we've had good discussions, healthy discussions, usually end up on the same side of it. At the end of the day, what's best for the player, how are we going to get there? So for me, it's great to have that, to go in not knowing the individual. Obviously, there's going to be some apprehension. There would be for me, because I'm not the person who just walks in the room and kicks down the door and is my way or the highway type of personality. So I think it was important in this situation that going into it, that knowing Donnie, we've been together. How are we going to get from A to B? It didn't take us 3 weeks to make a decision to get there. Like I said, we thought the game was same way because we worked together. I think it's helped us going forward. Helps us in the summer when we discuss free agents. Helps us tomorrow when we discuss. Well, we'll discuss the lineup tomorrow. That's kind of set, but what I mean, in season. Who's going to go in if this guy's hurt. How the piece is going to fit. How we're going to coach that particular game. We have good, healthy discussions. We're both passionate about hockey, and so I think that's made it work out very well.
Thank you very much, guys.